Hey, we haven't really done a video in a while because you and I just generally talk to shit and figure out little key points, but I didn't want this one to slip away. When playing in, like, let's say E, A, and D, the idea is this moves along with the cage method, and it moves along with where your actual notes are inside that scale. So let's say we're in the key of G, and we're playing a G to a D to a C. We've got a 1 to a 5 to a 4. G, D, C. You could either write out all the notes and figure out your mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, all your Ionian major movements. Or you could just move that whole phrasing up to where that note is. So in the key of G, if you're doing like a 5, 7, 5, 7, 4, which is based out of the Ionian scale, you could take that whole thing and do it up in the D form of that. The D form of that is up here at the 12th fret, and it would look kind of weird going that high, but you could do it at its relative and do it right here. So you have, or you could have at that D, all those notes are within the same sort of scale. So if you've got, you could have, and then it goes to the D and have, in the D, see how that 4 to 5 didn't work? Worked with the G. That's because G, A minor, B minor. You're not actually soloing in the key of D when you go to that. You're soloing in the key of B minor. D's relative minor. So if you could remember G, B minor is the same as playing a D, you could remember in C playing an A minor is its relative minor. So just because you're playing majors doesn't mean you can't play a minor pentatonic over that and do it the same way you play the G with the. All those were basically the same phrasing. The example we had today in our meeting was like an E flat, C minor, and a G minor. The idea with having this I hear like a to the C minor, down to the G minor. That was a straight up G minor. E flat major, that first phrasing, and then up it's pentatonic. Or those backward pentatonics. So you could have as long as you stay within those phrasings. That's where the third step, half step that we were talking about in previous exercises comes into play. I could have a up here and get that third step. So in E flat, 1, 2, 3, that's where my meat and potatoes is. Hear that half step, boo-doo. That was a G minor using the G Dorian. So, in answer to the question, how do you know where to go? You don't. You just go everywhere. And the more you do your do, re, mi, do, re, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. The more you do these just simple exercises over and over again, it makes more sense when you're in rhythm like F sharp minor to a B minor. Instead of using just your pentatonics, at that point you could use that half step blues as well as a out of place fourth, major and minor fourth. So, long story short, whether we're doing these interesting little diatonic movements up, half step, whole step, half step, or we're doing a major or a minor, wherever you want to put those notes, if one doesn't sound right, omit it. You could still keep the other notes, and I'll be darned if you don't find out that the notes that you are choosing to do that sound right over major minors are just the notes that are going to be in both scales anyways. You're going to backdoor into a situation where you're just spelling keys. So in the key of D, the F sharp's pretty prominent, but if you only had a D and a A in there, your first and your fifth, it would be a little bit easier to flop between a D major and a D minor in your major. Yeah? I hope that helps a little bit. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll see you next week. Or chit chat with you on text. Aloha. Hope your week's a little less stressful for you. Aloha.